What's up? This week's video is the closely related cousin to the how to climb like a girl video. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Welcome to this week's video. I hope you're having a lovely day. My name is Grace. If you're new, welcome to my channel, and if you are revisiting, you know the drill. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get right into it. Here are 3 more tips that can help us have fun and have a stress-free time in the climbing gym. Tip number 1. It is not always about the send. You know that feeling when you go to the gym with this preconceived notion of what climbs you're able to send? And sometimes you get really stuck on this really specific one that you thought you could do, and you become really frustrated because you didn't meet your own expectations. I know, we've all been there and it really sucks. It's a sucky feeling, but I wanted to tell you that it is okay sometimes not to send. And we really shouldn't be beating ourselves up so much about it. Once I thought about what I actually liked about climbing, I realized that putting so much pressure on myself was just not fun. It can be really demotivating when we are putting so much pressure on ourselves and we're not able to meet our own expectations. Instead of focusing on just sending, my friends and I have realized that the process, the collaboration of figuring out a problem together, and just the social aspect of climbing can be equally just as fun as sending. And I think that's something that we should try to keep in our minds when we're going to the climbing gym. Because for me, I realized that putting so much pressure on myself was just not really nice, and I ended up not liking what I came there originally to do, which was to have fun. So this is just a reminder and a tip to let you know that you don't always have to send, and you can have a good time as well. So don't put so much pressure on yourself, and be nice to yourself, because that's what we're here for, to have fun and climb cool climbs. So you do that. Tip number 2, competitiveness is good, but remember to be careful of your ego. Now this one is a little bit tricky because obviously we all inherently are born competitive. And the more I got into the climbing world, the more I could see in both myself and my peers that we just love a little bit of competitiveness. However, there is a point in which you can get a little too competitive, and it actually creates a negative environment that makes both yourself and whoever is involved not feel comfortable, and it's not a fun place to be. That's why we need to be careful of our egos and know that when someone else is successful, it doesn't take anything away from us, and that we should just try our best to be happy for them and to celebrate their successes as well. The thing is, and I often forget this myself, is that there is actually enough space in the gym for 2 people to be equally as good as each other, but different. Sometimes it feels like we are fighting because there's only room for one of the best, but screw that. We can be as equally as good as each other, but different. And it really is about appreciating other people's strengths and weaknesses, and respecting yourself enough to know that you are just as good, and their successes take nothing away from you or your validity or how strong you are. So next time that you go to the gym, by all means be competitive, but don't forget to watch your ego, and don't forget to actually appreciate your friends and support them for their sends, because it takes nothing away from you and there is enough space for everyone to be just as good as each other. Tip number 3. Don't be afraid to try new things and take up space in the gym. In my experience, I can often become quite intimidated when there are big groups around and I don't feel comfortable enough to try something that I really want to try. So instead of going ahead and doing that, I end up just wasting my time doing other things or moving on to something else, when in fact I could have really just put myself out there and gave it a go. Of course, this is driven by the fear of being perceived as not good enough, or being perceived as not strong enough to try it, but I just don't think that that's a good approach in any sense for us to try and be better. I want to tell you, and also myself, that it is okay to fail. It is all okay to look bad and fall off things, but the idea of giving it a try, using that space, is really important because it helps you build your own self-confidence, and you might really surprise yourself. I see this a lot when I observe some other people that I climb with, where some women are a little more likely to give up or not try it because they don't think that they're able to do it. But the thing is, it's good to try. It's good to use that space, and you might really surprise yourself. And that's kind of the mindset that I try to bring to the gym every time I come. Don't be afraid, you got this, and remember to hype up yourself before you get onto the wall, and don't worry about what anyone else thinks.
And that's it for this week. I try to arm myself with these handy tips every time I go to the gym, and it has helped me appreciate climbing way more and helped me stay motivated. I hope that these tips helped you, and if you are already practicing them, then you are amazing, and don't you forget that. Anyways, I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Hello, you can't even see my face. I'm trying to force my cat in the video, but I don't think it's working out. She is looking the opposite way. It's fine. She is a good pillow. Being here, my cat is very grateful, although she is asleep. Ow, I keep hitting the bruise on my leg. You probably can't see, but it's yellow. I'm doing this, and every V2 that you continue doing. Why is there someone beeping in my